Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a good Friday night. It's October 30th. And so today we are going to be talking about the tropics and the winter weather. We do have a little upcoming Clipper system we're going to be talking about in today's video. Yes, please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And please leave a like. Let's get started with the video. So right now, Zeta is no longer on our map. So that is a good thing. Zeta has moved off, and it's gone now. So yeah, moved out really quickly, like surprisingly quickly as like just 27 hours ago is like right here. So yeah, it's been moved off really quick. But now we have a new disturbance with a 90% chance of forming within the next 5 days. So that is great, and that is right to the north of South America. And it's kind of in the Caribbean area. And then in the Eastern Pacific, we have a little disturbance of a 60% chance in the next 5 days of forming. In the Central Pacific, we have nothing. So yeah, we have more activity, which is great. Let's start looking at what that's supposed to do. So this is the GFS model here. The GFS kind of shows a hurricane forming in the Caribbean. It has eventually moving north. That's a very large system, not extremely strong, but very big. And it has like hanging around Florida for a few days, and it has it going north. This is pretty far out, so this is probably not what it's exactly going to do. But this would affect a lot of people if this did happen. So yeah. Now let's look at some other models here, because let's look at the Canadian, see what the Canadian has for this system. All right, so the Canadian has it forming into a hurricane, and has it impacting areas of has it impacting areas of Central America, and then going into Mexico. It has it making landfall right here. It's around a Category 1. The Canadian. So the Canadian is a completely different. It's just a completely different thing than GFS. The GFS is like moving really slowly, and eventually moving up north. The Canadian has it just slamming into Central America. So yeah, those are really the only two models we're looking at. We can look at the ECMWF real quick too. So the European has this thing. Starting off, you can see the disturbance right there. The strengthening right there, and pretty strength right before striking the same area the Canadian has it striking, right there. So the European and the Canadian do seem to think kind of really the same thing about this tropical system. So we're gonna have to see what that actually does. It's 850 millibars. Let's actually look at the MSLP. Yeah, so 998 millibar and then a mixed landfall. All right, so pretty much really similar to the Canadian. So I would go with the Canadian and European solution because we have two models agreeing on it. GFS has it randomly moving up north after like 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Sorry. So yeah, I don't really know what the GFS is talking about with that. Yeah, so let's talk about the winter weather now. We had a little winter storm for the Northeast earlier today. Areas like Boston got around 3 inches. A lot of areas in Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts got around 2 to 4 inches. So a decent amount of snow for October in the Northeast. So that was kind of exciting. Now our next winter storm is going to come in as a cold blast for the northern plains, the Midwest, and the South. And it's going to bring a pretty strong cold front, and it's going to bring a lot of rain for the Northeast Sunday, kind of some showers and some moderate rain. Then on the backside, we're going to have some lake effect snow for areas like Ohio, PA, and New York. And all the way up to Vermont. Not really lake effect in Vermont, but we're going to have some wraparound moisture on the backside, and then we're going to have some snow in this area. So yeah, it's going to be our next potential winter storm. Let's actually see what snowfall amounts that is, or what the snowfall amounts for that system are. From just that system, we have actually around 4 inches in some areas. And I would not be surprised if we have localized amounts of 2.5 foot if the GFS does happen. Let's look at the Canadian. Kind of a similar story. So I would not be surprised with some areas. If you get stuck in a heavy lake effect snow band, you could get 0.5 foot. So yeah, that's our next winter storm. And also, that winter storm is going to also be bringing some much below average temperatures to the east. If you can see, we have 10 to 20 degrees, or yeah, around 5 to 15 degree below average temperatures, going all the way down to central and north Florida. A big blob of them for pretty much the whole area of the central and east. The west stays above average though again. And then it heats up for a while, and then we might have the GFS has really been hinting at an extremely strong cold front for the Midwest. Like, look at that. That right there is this Monday morning in eastern Minnesota. It is 61 degrees at night in Minnesota in November, which is pretty good, or not good at all. Well, if you like the warmth, it's good. If you like the cold, then you're not gonna like that. Behind this cold front, though, it's in the 20s, which is around kind of average, and then in northern Minnesota, 30 is average. So yeah, and then back here, we have 6 degrees behind this cold front. So it's a very strong cold front. The GFS has it moving east slowly and kind of fizzling out. And then we have another one that will bring the cold air from the central U.S. into the east. So yeah, we're going to have to see if that actually happens. So this is really far out. So we're going to have to see. Now let's look at some of these temperatures for our cold blast this week. So this is Monday morning's temperatures. We have below freezing going all the way down to North Georgia, and all the way up into Maine. And then we have highs only in the 50s for areas like Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, northern Louisiana, much of Arkansas, Tennessee, even some highs in the 40s in northern Tennessee. So yeah, very interesting. And Tuesday morning looks to be the coldest. We have 30-degree temperatures making all the way down to Atlanta, and not as cold actually. Let's go back to Monday. Yeah, so Monday around 38 in cities like Birmingham, Atlanta, probably like 36. The GFS overdoes urban heat islands, though, in my opinion. And then 35 in northwestern South Carolina. So yeah, it's going to be the strongest or the best cold the East has seen so far this year. Yeah, that's wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow, but yes,